Alright, wow, look at that. That is what 30 years worth of not cleaning this thing looks like. Pretty nasty. Nasty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it out as best I can and flush it with, you know it, and then I'll put it in the my ultrasonic cleaner. And then this, that's pretty dirty. So if that doesn't suggest that I have never ever taken this rifle apart, yeah, I'll flush that too. Obviously I can't get this into the ultrasonic cleaner, but let's discuss another lore here. Hang on. Look at that. Man, yeah, it's a little grimy in there. So anyway, the Fudd Lore is that you should never, if you clean from the muzzle back, some videos say, you know, it's not ideal, but if you clean from the muzzle back, be careful, let me set the camera up, not to push the cleaning brush all the way past the back, because you could chamfer out that the chamber, I don't know, the barrel breech, and cause damage and cause loss of accuracy. But let me zoom in if you can see that. I don't see any damage. That chamfer is pretty even throughout, so I don't think that was done by a bore brush. I think that was machined that way. So if I had done any damage at all, I think it's negligible, right? But and there, I remember in American Rifleman there was a, you know, is a clean rifle more accurate than a dirty rifle? There's some theories about that, but apparently for this rifle it probably doesn't really matter a whole lot. I'll have to see how more accurate after I clean this, as clean as a whistle, so to speak, how accurate it is. But yeah, I don't personally subscribe to the fact that if you push the bore brush too far out, it's going to damage it. So let me stick a bore brush through there and show you how it's virtually impossible to damage that that breech. If anything, using the using the bore snake might damage a little more with all the rubbing that goes through it. But let me set the camera down and we'll take a look. Okay. It took me a little while to figure out the lighting, but so here's the breech and here's the bore brush, right? Bore brush, breech, and if you push the cleaning rod through, the only thing that really touches the breech, the edge of the breech or the edge of the chamber, is either the swedge, the aluminum swedge, or the bore brush. This part of it never touches the bore breech. So I don't know what people are talking about when they say don't extend it past. They said to just take it to where you see that and then pull it back in. I think it's a little overkill myself, and as many times as I've done it this way, I push it all the way in until it stops, and then usually I'll spray it down with a little bit more hoppies, and then I'll pull it back. So if somebody can explain to me how this damages the bore, the breech, let me know, because I can't make it damage the bore breech to save my life. If somebody challenged me to try to damage the bore breech with a cleaning brush, I'd probably die. So that, again, there may be some gun configurations that happens to, but at least with this rifle and all my other firearms, I've never ever had an issue with the cleaning rod damaging either the muzzle or the breech. So that's it for the Fudd Lore, I believe. So I'll clean it all up and show you the cleaned parts aftermath. So stick around for that. Alright, even after it's been disassembled, I'm going to run a little bit of a Hoppy's clean patch. It is clean, yes. Through the barrel to see just the ridiculousness of just using the boar brush, the boar snake once. So clean. Not so clean. So yeah, I think the boar snake has been debunked. Yeah. I ran him a second time and look how dirty that water is. Sheesh. Pretty murky. Well, judging from all these dirty Q-tips, it was pretty dirty, so I probably should have disassembled it sooner than 30 years. It's came pretty clean. It's not 100%. It's probably 99.9%. So I just wanted to do the video in here because the lighting's a little bit better than out in the garage. So it came pretty clean. The trigger was really, really, what do you call it, gritty, but sounds pretty good now. And the safety thing was really gritty, but I put it through its paces and ultrasonically cleaned it probably about 4 times with the heat in different orientations, and it's come pretty clean, so I'm happy about that. Here's the receiver cover, whatever this is. Yeah, it is let's say squeaky clean. Got a little bit of dirt in there, but definitely more better than what it was before. So I will put it back together, do a function check, and hopefully I'll be able to take it to the range and give it some test firing. Alright, it's all put back together. The other thing the one guy on the video said was that he didn't put any lube inside the mechanism, so I'm gonna try that. I left it dry, so the last part of the video you saw where it was all clean, I just left it like that. I did not put any lube in it, but oh, yeah. Yep, she works good. Look. All right, and that's it for Fudd Lore with the 1022 and cleaning and all that. Hope you enjoyed it. Later. Okay, here's the Rigger 1022 I just cleaned up. Didn't oil it or nothing. So I'm just gonna let the mat go. Just gonna do a function check on it. Going hot. Yep, works good.